Hey there, everyone. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Amber.
We're identical twin sisters from Southern California. While we may look exactly alike, sometimes we think that's all we have in common.
We invite you to grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine and hang out with us for a little bit.
This is #TwinlifePodcast.
Hi.
Hello, twin. What's up?
Nothing. Drinking my tea.
What kind of... Well, let me say hello to everybody else before I ask you what kind of tea you're drinking. Hello, listeners. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again to the #TwinlifePodcast. I am Amber, and my dual host is Ashley.
Hi.
And thank you guys again. We always appreciate you guys listening. Please feel free to comment us. All the places you guys can connect with us are in our description box or the show notes. If you haven't already, hit the bell to subscribe. If you are listening to us on YouTube, please go ahead and do that. And if you please leave us a review, 5-star review is best, especially on Apple Podcast. And I guess we're just going to get right into it. So anyways, what kind of tea are you drinking, twin?
I am drinking my chai tea.
Which brand?
Usually when I don't know, whatever the brand is, I always drink. It's like the powdered kind, so I don't know what kind it is. It's the one I always drink.
Okay.
I think if you guys watch my vlog, if anyone's watched my vlog, I show the brand of tea that I drink. I can't think of the name right now, to be honest, but
Hashtag not sponsored, clearly.
Yeah, hashtag not sponsored. I usually like Yogi tea, but this is not the Yogi brand. I know for sure it's not the Yogi brand. So, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's my favorite brand. It literally, the only other chai that I will drink is Starbucks' chai. And I actually think this is the brand Starbucks uses. That's probably why I like it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I won't drink any other kind. I've tried a million different kinds and it's not good. And so what I need at the end of honestly, every day after my workout, I need like a little bit of caffeine and like at the end of my workout because I feel like tired. I get like probably 45 minutes of energy and then I'm tired. So I drink tea. What kind of tea are you drinking?
I'm also drinking chai, but I'm drinking the Twinings brand. So it's actually the actual tea bags. So I steep it. I just steep the tea, like the tea bag, and then I put some almond milk in there and sugar because we have unsweetened almond milk right now. So I put some sugar and some almond milk in there and makes a little nice, not fancy schmancy latte, but it's dang close.
Damn.
I should put some like cinnamon in here though. I should have like put some cinnamon in here. Oh well. Maybe
yeah.
But anyways, that's what I'm sipping on right now. So Blake just brought me my tea.
Sweet.
But anyways, how was your week?
Good. So Phoenix, I think I talked about this a couple episodes ago that I've been really trying to create a community here because, you know, Derek's very like set on staying here. I'm always open to moving. Like he could be like, tomorrow we're moving to Alaska. Well, probably not Alaska, but like he could say we're moving, you know, to frickin' Australia. And I'd be like, cool. So I mean, being far away from my family would be hard, but like I love new experiences, which I've learned is a Gemini thing. I didn't know that was a Gemini thing until I read something on Instagram about that. Apparently Gemini's like new experiences all the time. And so I've been trying to kind of like have new experiences. So I have a couple building a few friends. One of them goes to my F45 class and she's actually an introvert and she is a Cancer Leo and she is like completely opposite of me. So, and she told me, so we did a play date with her kids. And her kids actually go to the workout that Phoenix goes to. And they both go 2 days a week. And, there's another little boy that goes on Thursday. So Phoenix sees my friend's kids a lot during the week. And I see her a lot during the week because we all kind of like wait there while they're doing their workout. So anyways, I was like, hey, did you want to like go to the park and take the kids to the park today? Cause it was Saturday and it was beautiful outside. And she was like, yeah, you know, we're going to go. So we went and we like talked and hung out and we bonded. And I think I'm quickly trying to make like a big friend group and just like hang out with people and just like extend invitations. I've been like very wary of like inviting people because of like the whole COVID thing and people feeling uncomfortable. But now like I feel like people are like, all right, we're good. You know, cases are going down so much. And like, even people I know that haven't gotten vaccinated or having no plans of getting vaccinated are definitely very open to like going and hanging out too. So I'm like, yeah, we need to go hang out. So it's been cool. Phoenix loves her kids and they love him. So I think this is like a good, and I like her. So yeah, not always does it happen where you like the mom and the kids. So
yeah. Well, that's neat.
Yeah. But what about you?
I also had a play date this week and it wasn't as successful. I'll just leave it at that. It was like just not great. But I mean, I have made quite a few friends, but they're couples friends. Blake likes the husbands. The girls are awesome. But I did on Saturday because we haven't recorded since last Saturday because we recorded early. I went to a girls' night, right? Because I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we recorded the second podcast before I went to the girls' night.
And I think Phoenix or Landon's birthday happened.
Yes, and we went to the zoo. We did all the things.
Yeah.
So Saturday was Landon's birthday. So we did all the things for Landon's birthday. It was like, it ended up turning into this really long, like whole weekend situation because Saturday we were supposed to take him to the zoo on his actual birthday, but it rained like insane here. So we didn't actually take him. So we took him to the indoor play place here, Smiley, and he had a blast. It's like one of his favorite places on earth is to go to Smiley. So we did that. Blake and I baked a cake, and like frosted it and wrote happy birthday on it and everything. He got more gifts than the child needs for sure. But we got him a bicycle. I say that, but he really, I mean, I don't know if there's like a cap on how many toys a kid needs as long as, you know, they play with it.
You have space.
As long as you have space. So, but yeah, he loved it. He had so much fun and we had fun. And then we went to the zoo, Indianapolis Zoo on Tuesday of last week. Because today it was Monday. So yeah, Tuesday of last week. And it was so fun. That zoo is very awesome. The Indianapolis Zoo is really cool. And it was like the perfect size. We were able to get through all the attractions and see all the things and not feel like we just like, oh, we really want to go see this and it's so far. We can't get to this. And the zoo wasn't overcrowded because I'm glad we didn't go last Saturday because I'm sure it was going to be packed because the week before was, that week was spring break here. So I'm sure it was packed on Saturday. So I'm glad we actually went on the day we went because it wasn't very busy and lines weren't crazy and it was all little kids because the time of day we went. And Landon's favorite, we got to see the dolphins, like a little dolphin show, which was awesome, which he loved. He wanted to go see the dolphins again, but we missed the second show. So, but he had a blast. The snakes and the dolphins were his favorite things to see. He was so excited. I was surprised. I was like, our son likes reptiles. Okay, I guess what little boy doesn't like reptiles? But Landon was so excited about the snakes. So we had a blast. It was a lot of fun. But if you hadn't seen it already, I think I did. I made a highlight for Indiana and I made a highlight for the Indianapolis Zoo. So go check that out on my Instagram. If you missed any of my stories, it was a lot of fun. And if you're not following me, follow me and also look at my highlights and feel free to let me know what you guys think, or if you've ever been to the Indianapolis Zoo, if there's something we missed or whatever. There were some things that were closed down, but it was things that we probably wouldn't have done anyway, just because Landon he's so little that we couldn't have done a lot of the stuff. Not a lot of the stuff, but like there was like a ride and we did do the train, but there's like this little toddler like roller coaster that he's not tall enough yet to ride. So, but we got to see all the animals, and so yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
But anyways, let's hop in to our topic, which is kind of a cool one. Ash and I got reminiscing about some of the books that we loved to read as kids, and we thought we'd share with you guys some of those series. A lot of them are series of books, not just one book in particular that we really enjoyed growing up. So I think the first one was Boxcar Children?
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be like pretty nostalgic because we were like reading nerds. And I think like it shows in the fact that like when we were younger, I was telling Derek about this, like we used to just go to the Barnes and Noble with mom and just sit in Barnes and Noble for hours. And we would go to the library and sit in the library for hours and check out like the maximum amount of books we could check out for every single one of us. Like, and there were 5 of us. So we'd leave there with like 50 books. I think the max you can check out was like 10 or something. And we'd each check out 10 books.
Yeah.
And then like
at a lot of times that is only 10.
Yeah, and we would even like barter with each other. Like if somebody wasn't checking out 10, we would like the other person would check out the extra book for us, like under their card or whatever. Like we literally loved, like that was like some of my favorite things was just sitting in the library. Something so calming about sitting in a bookstore and like being surrounded by so many books and I just love bookstores. That's one of the things I really miss about COVID on top of a lot of things, which is a small thing, but just being like the Barnes and Noble, I literally sat on the floor for 5 minutes one time in Barnes and Noble recently, and this lady came and yelled at me. She's like, "There is no seating allowed." And I was like, "It says there's no seating. It doesn't say I can't sit."
Yeah.
So it just says there's no seating. So you're telling me I can't sit on the floor? And she's just like, "No, there's a sign." And I'm like, "Okay." But yeah, I used to love that. Sit in a comfy chair, like, and now you could like put on headphones and listen to music and just read. Oh my goodness. So anyways, I'm really trying to instill that in Phoenix. We've talked about before. Amber reads Landon every night. I read to Phoenix every night. That's my bedtime. I read him 3-4 stories. So that's really important to us. So anyways, all that said, the first book series is which one?
Boxcar Children.
Do you remember the author?
No, but I can look it up.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, the Boxcar Children is like a mystery.
Yeah, it's like a mystery.
Yeah, so it's like a bunch of kids, and I remember something about, I don't remember exactly, but I remember Boxcar has to do with a train. And like they live by a train, or they meet in a train, or something having to do with that. Anyways, it's for the age group.
Randy McNally, and it's for the age group grades 2 through 6.
That's what I was going to say. Okay.
And it's about 4 orphans. They live in an abandoned boxcar. That's what it is.
Okay. Exactly. All right, cool. And they solve mysteries, don't they?
Yeah, they solve mysteries.
Okay. So yeah, it was really good. They still sell it. I actually saw it at Barnes and Noble. They've like I don't know what it's called, but republished it, I guess. And so it has like, the cover art is like a little bit different.
It was adapted into a movie in 2014.
What?
And there was and then there was a second one. The sequel was in 2019.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Where? We need to find
it. We need to find this movie. I don't know. I'm reading the article about it, and it says that apparently the first one was published in 1924.
Wow.
Yeah, so the ones that Ashley and I read as kids were definitely the reprint of the reprint. because because they were just like little like paperback books, and we loved them. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna definitely check into the movie, Twin.
Yeah, we have to. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys check that out. I think it's cool because I really want Phoenix to read some of these books. Like, once we get into chapter books, just like him finding, that was one of the things that really kept us reading. I think it was finding series that like we were just in the series. You know what I mean? And like every time a new book came out, it was like the next episode of our favorite show coming out, to be honest, or now it would be the next season of something, because you can watch the whole show now in a weekend. But
yeah,
like the next episode of something coming out, it was like that exciting. And like we would stay up and read anyways. So what's the next book series?
Babysitter's Club by Ann M. Martin.
Yes, Babysitter's Club. I don't think I have any more Babysitter's Club books.
I'm sure we have them in a box somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure we have 1 or 2 in a box somewhere. I don't think Phoenix will read Babysitter's Club. It's kind of geared towards little girls.
Not kind of. It's very.
I mean, it is. It's a whole series about little girls. But they did do a Netflix adaptation of it. And I mean, I have my opinions about the adaptation. Also movies.
There's movies that were done way before the Netflix show. So check out the movies, the Babysitter's Club movies, if you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I was gonna sneeze and it didn't come. Okay, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, so the Babysitter's Club books were probably my favorite. I think I was probably the most obsessed with them. I used to legit collect them in order, because each girl, so the Babysitter's Club is kind of cool. It's got kind of the same vibe as the American Girl doll books. Like, they don't have full series of American Girl dolls, but the Babysitter's Club focuses on one of the girls in a series of books each time. Which is pretty cool. And then the the premise is like they're best friends and they all like they share their perspective on different situations that happen in their preteen life and blah blah. But it's such a cute, if you have a daughter that's like in that age range, that's in like middle school, early high school age, Babysitter's Club is a really good, solid, good book series, I think, to read. As far as watching the show on Netflix, I would say watch an episode, watch the season as an adult first, and decide of what parts of that show you want your exposure. Are appropriate for your kids, for their age, for their understanding. Because you're going to end up like, you know, like watching Degrassi. I told Blake this week about an episode of Degrassi where, do you remember this episode, Twin, where the guy was like, all the girls were like hooking up with this guy. And I say hooking up because...
And he got he spread the STD around and they had the
bracelets. The bracelets that like he gave the girls the bracelets that like...
Emma got an STD.
Yeah. Isn't that so gross? Cool. Yeah, so gross. I told Blake about it. He was like, that is not real. I was like, that was that show. He was like, oh my God, what were you watching?
We should do an episode about the shows we watched as kids. Like 90210, One Tree Hill, all the Gilmore Girls, freaking Degrassi, like all those shows, and Friends, and like whether or not
how gnarly like some of the topics were as an adult. I'm like, oh my God, like
Gilmore Girls and Friends would have been canceled. Like not in the sense of like not on television. I mean like canceled in the 2021 version of canceled.
Yeah,
because some of the stuff it's still funny. Some of it, like it's still funny. But it is way not politically correct. Anyways, okay. Okay, what's the next book series that we had on the list?
So Twilight, Stephenie Meyer.
Duh. I think I remember my oldest memory of Twilight is being at Cedar Park High School and being in theater class and girls sitting in circles crying. And I'm like, what are you crying about? We were 17?
Yeah.
18. And I just remember seeing a bunch of girls. I have a vivid memory of girls sitting in circles crying over this book. And I'm like, what are you reading? Like, why are you crying? It's Twilight. It's so sad, this and that. I'm just like, what? And I was like, I'm not reading this. And then I don't think we read Twilight until we were in our 20s, I would say. Yeah. Or like out of high school, like 19, 20.
We bought them ourselves. So whatever that
that's
was.
How old we were. Yes, we went and purchased them ourselves, and we had them in our own when we were in our own apartments reading them.
Yeah.
So but great series. I read all of them. I read them all before I saw the movie, any of the movies.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, no, we did. And I think that's what made me honestly really want to read them, was because you were just like super. Ashley was definitely way more into them than me. I did read them, but like I don't think I read the last one. But the movie, I think for me, it was like I wanted to experience the books, at least enough to like kind of really understand Stephenie Meyer's like character development before I watched the movie. So I felt like it was appropriate to at least read one of the books before watching the movie. I felt the same way about Hunger Games, which is our next one. A lot of kids had to read Hunger Games in school, at least the first one, which now I'm thinking about it again, another freaking super intense, dark book that people have to read. It's like required reading in some schools. At least it was. It may not still be now, but
I hope not.
Yeah.
Hunger Games is like 1984. Do you remember that book?
Yeah, it's definitely like that. A lot like that.
It's basically 1984. Like a post-apocalyptic world where people are controlled by their government, and there are super rich people that control everything, and everybody else is like on the bottom, and like the way you have to climb up the ladder is something terrible. And like that's literally what the book is. I do not I think even before I was a parent, I thought the concept of people having to sacrifice their children to fight, and to be honest, okay, let's think. Oh, hi, Landon.
He's singing in the background, apparently.
I think that like the idea of that, now, if you think about it, people send their children, their 18-year-olds who are technically adults, to war. Okay. But I think the youngest person in the Hunger Games was 13 or something, right? Yeah. The one that dies.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the book.
And it's
sorry if it's a spoiler, but
it's different. Okay, it's different sending our kids to boot camp where they may or may not have to actually go and fight in war. Hunger Games, they are literally sending them to their death. Like they go fight to the death. It is horrible. And I remember, so I think so it's another series that I made Blake watch. Like I made him watch Maze Runner. I made him watch that. I made him watch, starts with
Divergent
series, which he loves. He loves
good.
2 out of 3. I don't think I will ever be able to get him to watch Hunger Games with me ever again. He could not get, once they revealed the concept of it, he was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. He's like, this is ridiculous. I was like, okay.
When I was in the theater and I watched, because the last book is in 2 movies, okay?
Mockingjay.
The end of Mockingjay, Mockingjay Part 1, where Homeboy is screaming in the freaking, that messed me up I'm not kidding, that messed me up for a while. That literally, like, I was like, that was, ever since then, I've been like, basically like, fuck this movie. Like, I literally was done with Hunger Games. I was like, and then of course I'm like, well, I have to see the end because I already invested freaking, how many hours, 10 hours of my life into this already. So I have to see how that, but I have no desire. Like it shows up all the time on Hulu. Hunger Games. Who wants to watch this on a regular basis? And they say the books are worse than the movie. I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
It's pretty brutal.
And
we highly recommend that you read Hunger Games.
But the age group, it's targeted to, the age group is what, preteens?
I don't know. Let me look and see. We'll talk about the next one while I look it up. The next one is your favorite book series, The Insiders. Way lighter than The Hunger Games.
Okay, so we'll get off the brutality that is Hunger Games. My favorite series, probably all the way.
The Hunger Games are by Susan Collins, by the way.
Susan Collins, okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, so The Insiders is a book series, and it's about boys, which is hilarious to me. The book series is about a bunch of friends, and they all live in like this upper east side part of New York City. So they all have money, all in different gradients, like levels. So it's very similar to like Gossip Girl type of vibe, but it's all boys. And so you kind of go through each one of them and like their relationships with girls, their friendships with each other, all of this kind of stuff. And it was a really, really good book. I enjoyed reading it. I've always had I think when I was younger, the idea of like getting into a teenage boy's mind as a teenage girl was like fascinating. The author is Jay Minter. And, so then what they did was I read all of the books with the boys. And throughout the book series, you get introduced to the girls that are like correspond to them. So like there's a character sister, on and off girlfriends, their friends, things like that, where they kind of like cross paths with them at certain parties, or they go to school with them or whatever. And so what they did was the author did a whole spin-off series. And it's all of the female characters that were introduced into the book with the men. Now, the boys. I don't find the girls' books as interesting, but it may have also been because I think I read like 8 or 9 of those books, and then all the girl books came out, and then I think I just kind of like grew up out of the age range of like who reads them, I think. So I just kind of stopped, but I still have a few of them, and like every once in a while I'll like pick up one and like read through it. I still think my favorite genre of book is like young adult books. Like I feel like I don't read the stuff that like 30-year-olds are supposed to, quote unquote, to be reading.
We listen to them on audiobooks.
Yeah.
We don't really like, if it's like an adult book, I'm like, okay, I'm about to listen to this because I don't really feel like reading it. So
yeah, the
story of it doesn't engage me. I feel like I'm in school with a lot of the books that like, because unless it's like a sex-driven novel, like there's like the genre of nonfiction for 30-year-olds is kind of small. So I have to like
very serious,
or it's very serious, or it's about motherhood, or like,
yeah, there's no like books about like where's the books like Sex in the City? Like where's that book? Like where's your book about like 30-year-olds?
The show's based on a book, so read it.
I know, but I'm saying like where are there other? There aren't that series. You know what I'm saying? Like there should be more.
We need to make a mission. If you guys know of some 30-year-old, age-appropriate 30-year-old, not college, not preteen, 30-year-olds,
freaking gray.
Not 50 Shades of Grey. Regular 30-year-old friends type scenario life books. Let us know.
I really want to know. Maybe I'll put a poll on Instagram and get some suggestions, because
we would love some. Please.
There has to be books. That's why our age group reads young adult books, because no one's trying to read serious books. Like, who wants to read serious books? Like,
unless you're reading The Hunger Games.
No.
All right, our last one. We got one more, and then and I think we have one more on our list. So Sarah, this one was my series that I read. It's any book by Sarah Dessen, might give or take. I think I stopped reading her books when I was in college. So when I was in like college, so like 2010, 11.
Yeah.
I stopped reading them then because life got really busy and I just never sat and took the time to read them. So she's come out with four more books since then. Her most recent book came out in 2019. The thing that made her the most famous, which is what introduced her to me, my very first book I read to her, which I also have a signed copy of, is This Lullaby. But the movie, How to Deal, remember that movie, Twin, with
Yeah.
Okay, it is based on two of her books, Someone Like You and That Summer, both of which I read. I have soft copies and hard copies of them. I love her books so, so, so much. They literally got me through life. I was crazy. Even Blake knows how obsessed I am because I got one of my books signed when he and I were together. I drove. She was at Barnes & Noble. I drove and I cried and got her to sign one of my books. And I was so happy that she signed one of my books. So, anyways, Sarah Dessen, she's awesome. But it made me lose my train of thought. Landon.
You said you were getting it signed.
Oh, yes, got it signed. And yeah, I absolutely was so happy. I cried. I don't know why. It was like the culmination of years and years of like study or something that came together in this one moment that I got her to sign my book. And I was so happy about it. So yes, I was upset. Not only did I read them all, but I collected all of them I have the hard copies and the soft copies. And over the years, she has changed the cover art. So she has gotten the books reprinted in different cover art, so that she can keep them modern, so other kids, like other people in multiple ages, can relate to them. So there's multiple cover art too, which is awesome. So, but let's get into our Go Girl, No Girl before we.
Okay, wait. Before we do, we have to honorable mention Harry Potter. Well, we did not read Harry Potter. I know plenty of people are like, well, obviously Harry Potter should be on this list. No, we were not allowed to read it. We did not read it. I don't think I've read 2 sentences of a Harry Potter book ever.
I have. I read the first chapter of the first book.
Have you?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we've seen all the movies, but we did not read the books. Maybe as an adult, I'll find it more interesting because the language is a little bit, because it has that like British accent, it comes off a little bit old world.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, we did not read Harry Potter, so I just wanted to throw that in there. But I'm sure people could read it. The movies are good. So.
Yeah,
okay.
I enjoyed the movies.
All right, so yeah, let's get into it. You go first.
Okay, so my Go Girl is that I have started a journal on my MacBook, which I think I told you guys a couple weeks ago. I did get a brand new MacBook Air, which I am obsessed with. She is like my best friend in a weird way, but I have started writing a journal, which I was that kid that always thought that like Veronica Mars, like writing in her journal was like the coolest thing ever, like sitting on her puffy colored MacBook writing on her journal vigorously. And I always wanted to have a MacBook so I could type a journal on it. So I've done this and I've started doing it and I've named it Dear Mac. So I've just like started out. She was like, that sounds like a vlog. We'll see if it develops into enough non-nonsense to be a vlog that people would actually want to listen to, or would want a blog that people would actually want to read. But right now I've started doing it and it's awesome because it's like, I'm writing to someone that can never give me an opinion, can never have a thought, can never like, secretly tell their man what I said, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just all like, me. And it's typing too, which I really enjoy because it's
a place for you to dump.
Yeah. I prefer to type than I do to like write things out. So I'm excited. So that's what I've started this week.
Awesome. Okay, so mine is, we went to the beach yesterday for the first time since last summer, which was amazing. We've had like a couple random, like today it's going to be 86. Yesterday was 82. So like a couple of random warm days. The ocean is warming up, which is amazing. So yeah, it's been great. The only thing is, so my no girl or go girl, I don't know which one it is, but I literally cannot fit any of my swimsuits. Like yesterday.
Oh, they're too small? I mean, too big?
So, like, all of the swimsuits that we bought when we were younger had that, like, low rise, like, right under the belly cut to them, right? Which in certain styles is fine, but, like, for some reason, the bottoms that I have, I hate. Last summer, I bought a brand new swimsuit. When I first started losing weight, I cannot fit it anymore. The bottom is okay. Sorry. The bottom is way too big, but the top, because I have my what are these muscles called? My traps are bigger. The straps don't fit, and my back is like, it's more narrow but still wider. So it just. Yesterday, I was getting so annoyed when I was trying to pick up a swimsuit, and thankfully Derek came upstairs and was like, "Babe, you look so great in your swimsuit." I was like, "Thank God," because I needed someone to tell me that I look nice because I was struggling. I literally put on every single swimsuit in my drawer, and I was like, "This doesn't fit right. This is so old. This one is faded," and
please tell me you threw them away. Rio Kondo your freaking swimsuits, twin.
I literally need to there's one black top that I like because it ties in the back, so it's not tight on me. It's the strapless top that I have. I'm going to keep that top, and I'm probably just going to I have a one piece, but the one piece doesn't fit because, again, it's halter, and my traps are so big now that the halter, and I have a long torso. Oh my gosh, I was literally struggling. So Derek already told me, he was like, "You should go buy a new swimsuit," and he wanted me to buy one like a month ago. And I was like, I'm just really not in the mood to shop for swimsuits right now. Yeah. So I didn't shop for one, and I'm mad that I didn't, because I'm like, I should have bought a freaking swimsuit because this one doesn't fit. So, and none of my swimsuits fit. So I'm going to have to go purchase a new swimsuit. We're planning on going to water parks, the pool often, all kinds of things. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a no girl. I mean, it's a go girl in the sense that, yay, I lost a bunch of weight. And it's a no girl in the sense that, like, I was having a tire struggle fest trying to fit into my swimsuit.
That reminded me of a go girl that I didn't mention, and then we'll be done. I promise. Okay. So I bought these shorts when I first moved to Indiana. I bought these shorts to replace some shorts that,
someone stole out of the dryer?
Someone stole out of the dryer.
Yeah,
so I went to American Eagle and bought these shorts. They were a size 16 juniors when I bought them.
16 juniors? Wow.
Yeah, when I bought them. So I go to put on a pair of shorts, and I was like, oh, my denim shorts. Oh, I don't know if these are going to fit. When I tell you they didn't fit, twin, they were so big. I walked out, I was like, babe, look at these. And I legit, they were a size 16, and that was like, I was like in them, but like not super comfortably in them.
Yeah.
And they are way too big. So
you should take a photo.
I have so many. Well, I don't think I have any pictures of me wearing them though, but
yeah, but you could do that photo where like you hold it out, you know?
Yeah, they are so too, like, it's crazy. They're so too big. And I remember like, I was like squeezed into them. My legs were squeezed. My tummy was squeezed in. And now like, so yay. But on that note, we're both making a lot of progress just in life in general. So I'm very happy about that. But thank you guys so much again for listening. Please make sure that you subscribe, do all the fun things, follow us, and leave us a comment. Let us know if you have any other books that you think that we should check out and read. As 30-year-old women, we would love some book suggestions that aren't about college kids and their love life. So, but on that note, we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
Hey.